Hello, Sacha Rise here. Welcome back to my channel. It's good to be back and it's good to have you back as always. So I want to talk about what a narcissist actually is and a little bit of what I've been doing recently in my time in near the end of lockdown. Let's talk about it. So I have been obsessed with this guy called HG TUDOR he's on YouTube. So HG TUDOR. I'll put a link to his videos below. So I've been obsessed with him because not only does he have a really nice voice, he has a really nice voice, but he's a diagnosed narcissist and psychopath that is like anonymous, but it's like sharing his knowledge and wisdom on, if you can call it wisdom, on YouTube. And oh my God, I'm obsessed with his videos because he's like giving you the download of what it's like to be a narcissist and how to think like a narcissist and how to think like a psychopath. It's hilarious. It's like so good. It's so good. So he has like prime aims of what it is to be a narcissist. And I just want to go through them and just maybe talk about what a narcissist is and according to his definition, what it is. So let's talk about it. So the first one he says is about control. He says narcissists are hypersensitive to control. Like they are super, like he says intuitively, some of them are sensitive to control. And he says that narcissists are not always aware of what they're doing. Only some narcissists are aware of what they're doing. Some narcissists are unconsciously doing this. But they're very much like, okay, so apparently there's two categories. You're either under their control or you're threatening their control. And those are the two categories according to this guy. So I was like, wow. And that's it, you know. That's why narcissists don't ever want to get help, because you're threatening their control at that point, you know. And he also talks about fuel. He says that, you know, he likes the word fuel, but most people call it narcissistic supply. And it's basically when somebody shows a lot of emotion and they're able to trigger emotions, whether it be visually or, you know, if they know they're triggering you. And that creates, he describes it creates in them a feeling of pure pleasure and just like maybe like I can imagine it like a hit of a drug. Like they feel it, like they feel powerful, they feel good, they feel topped up, you know, once they get that hit or that drug, which is your emotions, you know, and it could be good emotions or it could be bad emotions. Like it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It matters that they're triggering you off. Because I'm very expressive. I'm probably like the narcissist's perfect prey. I'm like Bambi, you know, like toppling along with my expressive looking face. Because the truth be told, those tigers and lions love me. They love me. So basically, I'm so expressive with my face. I know this about myself. So I am probably like perfect for them to feed off. But the truth be told is like, so apparently even if you are talking to them and then you give a body language or a slight like eyebrow raise or anything can give them fuel, apparently. Anything can give them fuel, which is crazy. So it's like he was saying that, you know, yeah, the only way you can like not give them fuel, even the tone of your voice can give them fuel. So the only way you can not give them fuel is to have no contact. Which is mad. That's mad. But yeah, because everything else, they can trigger you off because they're very, very good at manipulating people. And then you get triggered off and then they get fuel and then you get drained. And then he said also, they like to absorb your character traits, but they like to absorb your character traits so that they can use it against you or use it at a later date with someone else. This insight is just giving me life, I swear. So they like to absorb who you are in order to use that against you or other people. And then he talks about residual benefits, which he said is basically about if you are a good fuel source to them, the light is really in my face. If you're a good fuel source to them, then they also, let me tap that. Yeah. If you're a good fuel source to them, then they also would like you even more if you give them residual benefits. Being money, good looks, contacts, help, like knowledge, anything that's helping the narcissist. They want the added benefits from you as well. So imagine they're very low on the empathy scale, but yet they want to get something out of you. Not just your fuel, they also want something else. Whether you make them look good, whether, for you to be useful somehow. I don't know, man. This is crazy. I don't mean to use the word crazy, but it's like another level, isn't it? It's another level. But it makes sense. It makes so much sense. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I feel like when I have been around a narcissist before, looking at this list, I can see it now. I can definitely see where I've been useful for them. Because you make them look good or feel good. So like there was another quote that I saw, and it was like, narcissists don't love someone, they love how that person makes them feel. They love how that other person makes the narcissist feel. Which is, again, wow. So they're not really loving, they're not really genuinely loving someone and cherishing someone. They're just loving that you are making them feel good. That you make them look good. They're loving the fact that you're giving them unlimited narcissistic supply. So this is basically a good understanding of the narcissist, of what they are, of how they think. Again, not judging, because you know what? There's no point in judging. I'm saying it so people can see their own behaviors. If you are a narcissist watching this, see your own behavior. See what you're doing. This is what you're doing. You're loving someone because it makes you look good or feel good. And actually, real love isn't that. You haven't got a clue. If you're just loving someone because they can, have money in the bank account that can maybe even match your money, or you don't have any money, let's say, and you want their money or something like that. That's not real love, actually. It's just not. If Jesus only loved you because he wanted you to have enough money in the bank account, you'll be a sinner for a long time. Jesus genuinely loves you, broken, messed up, poor, whatever. He loves you. So why should you then put these standards on other people, that unless you've got good contacts, unless you've got something that can help me, why should you do that? That's not showing the love of Christ, is it? Or the love of God. That's not showing that at all. It's just showing that you're selfish and self-centered and you only think about yourself, and you have got no capacity to love at that point. If you are at that point, you do not have any capacity to love, really. Because love is genuinely, it is like a different thing. It's saying no matter what happens, I've got you, and I'm gonna help, and I'm gonna be there no matter what happens, And obviously, if it becomes toxic, it's a different situation. I'm not talking about toxicity, but I'm talking about a healthy relationship, a healthy, mutual, respectful relationship. It's like, okay, I cherish. There's something about you I cherish. It's like your spirit, your soul, your mind, your essence, your dreams. I just cherish your perspective in life. I want to be close to you because I share your vision of life, and I want to also move forward with you in the same direction. It's this level of, okay, you're going through pain and suffering. Okay, talk to me. Let me help you through your pain and suffering. No matter what it takes, let me do whatever I can do to make life easier for you, so that you can feel, you can move forward quicker. It's this level of this, as opposed to, no. What can you add to me? You're not adding anything to me right now? I'm not interested. This is narcissistic. I'm not saying that we should go for people who don't add anything at all, but I'm just saying It's the perspective when you enter into a relationship. It's the perspective that you have towards the person. Are you thinking that, you want to give, or are you thinking, how can I take? Real love is about giving. Real love is about giving, and yes, you do receive as well, because that's the nature of two givers coming together. But the truth be told, if it's just take, I don't even want to live in a world like that, if I'm honest. I don't like people like that. I'm not gonna lie. It's not. I acknowledge them. I hear you. I see you. But I don't choose to spend my time with people like that. That's the honest truth. If you are a taker, I will be very nice and genuinely nice to you, because I do appreciate you as a human being. But I won't choose to spend my excess time with you. I would spend as little time with you as possible, and then I would move on to those who are the empaths, to those who are the givers, to those who want to pour in, because I pour in so much, I give so much of myself. Why would I want to be around someone who just takes? It's not attractive to me. It's not something I like to do. This has probably happened with time, when I've realized, with time and on my journey, that I only really want those around me that are also similar minded, in this regard. To be honest, it doesn't really matter what your religion is. I'm not bothered. In a sense. I've got many different spiritual practices, people around me, and I love them dearly and I respect them dearly, But the fact is, your mindset has to be very much, I'm going to pour in and not think about myself all the time. And then I try to do the same with the other person. And then we're pouring into each other, and it's a beautiful dynamic. It's respect and it's honor. And it feels so good. It feels so nice to finally meet your tribe. So when you find people like that, why would you then go to a narcissistic table and be like, hello, take all of my energy for free and leave me destroyed and broken? You won't, would you? So yeah, this is probably just a little message again about what narcissism is, maybe by a little bit of my experience regarding it. If you have any more questions regarding narcissism, if I know the answers, I'm happy to share my stories with you. So please, if you've got questions about narcissism, just put them below and we'll figure them out together, okay? I promise. Let's do this. Mwah.